Bonjour Afolake.
Bonjour,
hello, Afolake.
Good morning,
I'm
Afolake.
very well, thank you. Hi, Lynette, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. What about you?
Very well, thank you.
It's good to see you today.
Same here.
So
All
where are we
girls.
traveling to today?
Well, we're not traveling anywhere, actually. We're going to talk about endangered African species this time around. The recent death of the last male Northern White Rhinoceros, named Sudan, has sparked anew the conversation that there is a lot of endangered species in Africa. Now, Africa is indeed rich in wildlife and previously unfound species, but because of the unique view of Africans on animals mostly as mere game, many of the rare species die out within centuries. Now, many species that are today endangered are as a result of poaching, loss of natural habitat as a result or due to deforestation and ultimate displacement. These animals retreat further into the wild that are still available while steadily dying out due to disease or starvation. With the recent death of the 45-year-old rhino, Sudan, who during its lifetime was in the conservancy in Kenya, many animals experts are worried about the dwindling number of native African wildlife, fearing that they may go forever extinct. We had an interview with the head of the conservancy. Have a look at this video.
It's a very sad thing to lose Sudan because then it shows clearly the extent of human greed and what sort of impact human beings can have on nature. The death of Sudan actually shows that clearly, that if we don't take care of what we have, we will definitely continue to lose it, and particularly lose other species that are currently endangered. It's critical samples that are required for reproduction or for recovery of these species were to be taken, and they were actually taken for preservation. His remains, or part of his remains, are still being considered for various uses, including education, including scientific research and other things. And so there's a lot of decisions that are currently being made on how best to use the remains of Sudan.
Now, the 45-year-old rhinoceros, while euthanized, was already failing in health, and it's the last male of its kind. Even though it was shared that before its death, sperm samples had been taken from it, the huge hurdles facing scientists is that the two remaining female northern white rhinos cannot gestate the next generation because one is sterile and the other is physically not capable of carrying a full calf to a full term. This further reduces an already slim chance of reproduction, cutting down the available option to have a pure northern white rhino baby to do an ovum pickup. This is a process of collecting eggs from the females. The fertilized egg would then be implanted in a southern white rhino who will carry the calf to term. This procedure is crossing boundaries and have never been seen approached, and the chances of failure are enormous. Any mistake or miscalculation could bring the species to extinction. Currently, many animals like African elephant, the African penguin, the African lion, cheetah, black rhinoceros, African wild dog, pygmy hippopotamus, mountain gorilla, Ethiopian wolf, addax, or popularly known as the white antelope, are endangered, with fewer being sighted daily. A recent story broke out in Nigeria of an elephant, that was killed in Iduri, Ondo State, and that sparked a lot of mixed reaction. While some described it as self-defense, since the head of hunter in the village in Indore said that he led others to kill one of the 8 elephants that invaded the community at midnight. Others maintained that it was a criminal act. While many animal lovers have called for the hunters to be prosecuted for the crime of killing the rampaging elephant, many wish that the elephant had survived so that those who had never seen an elephant before would have the opportunity. Well, that does it for me this week. I hope you've enjoyed the segment. Do enjoy the rest of the viewing.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Afolake.
It is very sad to see
it
all
is
these
sad,
species
yes.
disappearing.
If you had listened to the sound bites, it's really, we have so much to lose, but we don't appreciate what we have. Until we lose it, probably, we lose all of it before we...
But it's not too late to overturn the situation.
Well, it is, the chances are, the chances are slim with the white rhino for now. We hope that the scientists will be able to come up with something really quick.
Yeah, okay, hoping so.